Now, as we all know and love, Nicolas Cage has become that king of direct-to-video movies. However, every so often, every once in a while, in between some of these low-budget, obscure direct-to-video movies, Nicolas Cage loves to poke his head out and say, "Hey, remember me? I can act. There's a reason why I have an Oscar under my belt." He's done this with such films like Pig, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, or his new movie, Dream Scenario. So today's movie that we're going to be reviewing is Butcher's Crossing, that I received in from Sony Pictures. So the big question is here with Butcher's Crossing, is this another movie in Nicolas Cage's Oscar-worthy caliber? So Butcher's Crossing is set in the 1870s in the fictional town of Butcher's Crossing that has been built on the selling and trading of buffalo hides. However, now with buffalo being very scarce from hunting, hunters' livelihoods are at stake. The town is in trouble. Nicolas Cage plays Miller, who's an experienced hunter and wilderness man who starts an expedition to find more buffalo and take their hides. And a very young and inexperienced man, Will Andrews, arrives in the town looking for adventure and convinces Cage to bring him along on the hunt. But things don't go according to plan, as they not only have to survive the brutality of nature, but also each other's greed as each man starts going mad. Now, Butcher's Crossing is a movie that I've actually been real excited for since I heard it premiered in 2022 at South by Southwest. And I also love the Western genre. And, of course, Nicolas Cage. I mean, come on. So, yeah, I was really excited to finally sit down and watch this movie. And I will say the movie really does start out really strong, with hints of classic westerns such as Treasure of Sierra Madre, and also a classic story such as Moby Dick, which I will say does lend some much needed weight to an otherwise seen it done it story. Cage is really great in this film. He avoids his stereotypical trademarks of going way over the top, or as I like to call it, using his cage rage. He doesn't do that here. Instead, he reminds us again that he can act when given the right material to work with. The movie is absolutely beautifully shot. The cold, brutal, snow-filled landscapes are just breathtaking, completely filling the frame, looking gorgeous, and it's also well directed. Now, with all that said, is this a good movie? And that's where I'm kind of torn here. Because while there is a lot going for it, and a lot that I liked about the movie, there is also a lot that I disliked about the movie. Mainly, the movie just loses focus and falls flat in the second and third act, and it just doesn't really go where it wants to go. It feels as if director-writer Gabe Pulaski just couldn't quite match the visual clarity he wants to tell and give to the story. It just didn't reach that level and that potential. Overall, it wasn't a complete letdown. It's definitely not a bad film and has lots of pluses to it, but it does have a lot of minuses as well. And I'm giving Butcher's Crossing a 3 out of 5. So the ultimate question is, do I recommend picking this Blu-ray up or purchasing it or renting it on streaming? And I will say yes, it is definitely worth checking out, but it's also not the best Western I've seen in the past few years. And I would say to check it out on streaming before you run out and pick this up. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Sony Pictures for sending us this Blu-ray to review. And I'm going to hang on to this Blu-ray because I have a feeling I'm going to want to revisit this down in the future. And as always, guys, keep physical media alive. If you've seen this, let me know in the comments your thoughts on it, and we'll see you next time.